皆さんこんにちは。マレーシア教育移住チャンネルのヒロです。本日は久々のインタビュービデオということで Nexus インターナショナルスクールに来ております。で本日はヘッドオブセカンダリーのミス・モラグさんに Nexus インターナショナルスクールの学校や、英語のサポートクラス、学校の教育理念などについてお伺いしたいと思います。Thank you so much today taking the time to speak with me.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming in.
We'd love to hear your thought on education and the Nexus approach. Just start. Okay?
Sure, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah. That's number one question: the education philosophy and leadership. What do you believe are the most important skill or qualities students should develop during their time in secondary school?
Oh, I think there are a lot. I think what we try to do here at Nexus is really develop in our learners a love of lifelong learning. We know that they're going out into a rapidly changing world and we want to get them ready for that. We're going to talk about that later, I know. But they need to learn really good organisation, self-management, adaptability, teamwork and resilience. I think all of these skills are really, really critical, as well as, of course, their understanding of the subjects that they're studying and that knowledge curriculum that they do. So all of that, I think, is really, really critical, and we seek to develop these in our learners here at Nexus.
Okay, thank you so much. So next one, how do you support and empower your teaching team to deliver the best for the student?
Yeah, as a school, one of our pillars is innovation, and we always want to be at the forefront of best practice in teaching, so that the best and most up-to-date methods are being used in the classrooms. So one of the things that we spend a lot of time and money on is training our teachers, so that they have the latest understandings on things like course developments, how to teach the IB, how to teach using technology, taking things from neuroscience. We're learning a lot these days about how the brain works. How do children learn? How do we make sure that we are teaching to ensure that the children learn as effectively as possible? So we put a lot of effort into making sure that we hire really good teachers and then that we are constantly updating training to make sure that they are the best they can be.
In your view, what are the key elements of the future-ready or 21st century education?
I think that adaptability is really important. We know, and it gets said a lot, that the young people leaving our school, they're going into a very rapidly changing world. Many of them will probably have several different careers over the course of their lifetime. Those days of you leave university, you get a job, you do it for 40 years. Those days are gone. So they need to be very adaptable. So I think we are trying to keep that very broad and balanced curriculum so that we are developing those skills. And of course, technology. We can't ignore technology. We're an Apple Distinguished School, and we are really working to help our learners use technology, use AI effectively and efficiently so that they're ready for the world, because this stuff isn't going away. So again, we want to be really at the forefront of making sure that our graduates are really, really well equipped to go into this very technology-rich world that they're going to be working in as adults.
Okay, thank you so much. So next one, how about Nexus International School? So what makes Nexus unique in comparison to other international schools in the region?
Yeah, we've developed our own philosophy of teaching and learning, which we call the Nexus Way. You'll see it on our website and in a lot of our materials. And it has 4 pillars to that: innovation, inclusion, mindsets, and relationships. And we feel all of these things are really, really critical to create the best possible learning environment. So we've got our own philosophy. It's built on best practice of what we know about what makes for effective classroom practice and effective learning. And we use that in everything that we do. And I think that's a little bit special, actually. If you look at lots of schools have missions and visions and all this kind of thing, but we really live that day to day, and it really informs all our practice. And we're constantly reviewing it and making sure it is still relevant for the young people that we're looking after.
I see. Okay. Next one is how does the school approach to the IB program benefit students both academically and personally? IB program.
I mean, I think the IB generally is a fantastic program because it does have that breadth of subjects. You know, the learners, they have to study 6 subjects for IB. They also have to take part in service learning, in activity, in leadership as part of the program. So it really helps to develop those well-rounded young people and to give them all those skills. So I think it's a great program. Here at Nexus, our particular approach to it is we offer a very wide range of courses, and we spend a long time making sure that we give really good guidance so that the learners are taking the courses that best suit their skills and abilities so that they can do brilliantly, like these 2 behind me, who you can see. These are 2 from last year. Kayato, taking an exam right now. He's been offered a place at Cambridge. And Arena graduated last year, and she's currently studying in UCLA. So we know what we do works because this is where our learners end up going to university. So we're very proud of them.
Oh, amazing. So next one is how does Nexus support the diversity and the individuality of students?
I think through all of those opportunities that we have, first because we have a wide range of courses, it does mean in terms of the subject learning that the learners can really choose a pathway which suits them. So if you're interested in science, there's a path for you. If you're interested in the arts, there's a path for you. If you're interested in a mixture, you can do that too. So I think that's one way. Outside the classroom, we have lots of other opportunities for learners to develop. So it might be in sports, it might be in performance. We've got a fantastic music and drama department who do lots and lots of things. It might be something like Model United Nations. We run a very successful MUN here, which enables debating skills as well as leadership. So again, we've got a very wide range of outside of extracurricular opportunities for learners to develop. And that includes leadership. So some of these programs are actually led by the learners themselves, and they can come and have an idea to set something up, to lead something, and we support them to do that. So we're all about really developing leadership in our learners.
I see, okay. So next question is your school English support program. Yes, what's the strategy or resources are in place to help the students lower English proficiency build confidence in class?
We have different programs depending on the level of the learners when they join us. So for some of our younger secondary learners, perhaps who come in year 7 or year 8, age 11 or 12, we run what we call the intensive English program. And they spend quite a lot of time with specialized teachers having English class to really try and rapidly improve their English. So we continue that through. Once they get to year 10 or year 11, we do have different pathways for English first language, second language, language and literature. And we maintain, some English support all the way through. Particularly at that point, we're looking at academic writing because by year 9, we hope our learners, they can communicate well, they can understand their lessons. There's no problem there. But of course, year 10, IB, we have to write perhaps complicated and lengthy essays in English. So our focus at that point is more on developing academic writing.
Academic writing, okay, I see. Now, secondary English support class is a 3 class. Intensive class?
Yes, and then we gradually move that away. So they will start in the intensive class, and then they will get less and less support as their English develops. So we review that every term and who can now come out of the intensive class and perhaps just have EAL1 as we call it, rather than intensive. And again, that's focusing more just for children or English is already pretty good, but we really want to develop their academic English at that point.
Okay, thank you so much. Could you explain the structure, the objective of the EAL program?
It depends. It depends at what level they start at, really. If learners come to us in year 7 with kind of minimal English, our first objective is to develop communicative ability. You know, that they can understand the lessons, they can answer questions, they can follow the material in class, that they're communicating. As they move up and get a bit older, as I said, we then move, once that's all in place, to really developing a lot of academic fluency so that they're writing English as much as possible like a native speaker would. So it sort of moves from that day-to-day understanding to then academic proficiency, really, as we move through the program.
Great, thank you so much. So next one, for students working towards the IB diploma, how do you support students who are still developing their English skill?
Yeah, so we do maintain some support for academic writing in year 10, 11, those working towards IB. We don't accept learners into IB or just before IB with almost no English. They need to have a level of proficiency before they start. There's also, in IB, you can take English as a foreign language, and we also support our learners if they have a first language to take that also. So we've had learners study Japanese, Arabic, Korean. This is all possible to do as part of the program.
English second,
they can do Japanese first. They have to find a sort of tutor, but they can do that, and we support them to do that in school. So we've had a number of learners do first language courses in subjects that we don't study.
But maybe so first language Japanese, they have to find own tutor.
They can find a tutor, but we've not found that to be difficult.
So school supports that to find
we support
tutor.
it, and this is great because what the learners actually get if they do that is they get a bilingual diploma, which is obviously very highly regarded because bilingual, because they will take all their other subjects in English, but they will still be studying maybe some Japanese, and they get a bilingual IB diploma, which is a great thing to have.
Wow. Okay, the next one, what advice would you give to parents who want to help their children improve their English outside school?
I think there's lots of things that they can do. I think it's important that they try to have fun, as well with it. I think reading is really, really important. There's a lot of evidence about how reading supports learning. So even if the parents can encourage them to read, can be 15-20 minutes every day, that will hugely support their English. Even doing things like, watch a movie in English, listen to music in English. Lots of fun things can help with English, not just, I know parents often like to do tuition. I mean, that's great, but I think there's other fun things that you can do. But reading for me is the most important one, would be to encourage. Other things that can be quite nice to do is if learners have time to do something like a summer camp, that can also be kind of quite a fun way to do it.
Summer camp. Yes.
We do have a summer camp here every year at Nexus, for example, and we welcome learners and they do English and also see Malaysia, have excursions, find new friends. I think that's also a nice way to help improve English.
So this year, when starts the summer camp? This year, August?
In July. End of July.
Okay. So only full boarding? Only full boarding?
Boarding, it's boarding.
Boarding?
It's boarding, yeah.
So how old? Minimum age? 8 years old. 8 to 50 years old. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would add on that front of boarding the fact that, of course, we are a boarding school, and many of our learners who come from overseas, that really helps their English because they're living here at school, they're in an English-speaking environment. Also, when they finish school for the day, at weekends, in the evenings. we offer assistance. We have an EAL and English program for our boarders. Our head of boarding used to be an EAL teacher, so we have qualified teachers in there. And we run a program for English in boarding, which just also gives extra support to the learners who come and join us. So I think that's also very effective.
So, it's better to first try to summer camp after enroll school.
And then they can And you know, this is our boarding.
Boarding
school over here. We've won prizes for that, and in particular, the support that we give to our English learners was one of the big reasons why we recently won the award from the Australian Boarding Schools Association.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your insight with us today. We're excited to see the future Nexus under your leadership.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you, and thank you to everyone for watching.
I'm so sorry not good English.
No, that's great, and we hope to be able to welcome some of your clients here to Nexus to visit the school and see for themselves what we do here. That would be great.
Yes.
Thank you.
はい。では、最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。チャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いいたします。Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
見ていただいてありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。Bye everybody. Bye bye.